Happy Saturday! Hey, coming at you live again here on Anna Renderer Fitness, my little Talk Sexy Confidence show. I've got my cup of joe. Last week I was taking you guys through my orchard, and lots has happened this week. We have actually had the guys come and completely clear the orchard. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of it. I know that some of my friends were crying over the fact that we were ditching the orchard, but you know what? It's a rebirth. I'm excited about it, and it's going to be pretty cool. We kept a couple of the lemon trees though. Good morning, Mandy. What's up? So I'm going to give you a little kind of preview. So we were kind of here last week, and so far we've gotten the guys to clear the land. They've still got some things to do, but look at how massive. I mean, we've got about at least 2 acres. They still have to get these stumps out. Hey, Kasha. We kept 2 of the biggest lemon trees at the top so that we didn't lose those, because you gotta have these big old lemon trees in your backyard, right? So anyway, this whole path is getting cleared out, and it's going to be a cool little kind of tiered. Me and Vito have been brainstorming about what we want to do with the land now that it's open, and it's cool. What, you know, once they took out the trees, it was like you saw the potential of what you could have on the land. And although, you know, having 85 citrus trees is cool, it's not really feasible when you live in the desert, you know, unless you're like going to be a complete farmer and all that. So I just wanted to give you guys the update on that, because holy crap, they have been ripping things down, and they just cleared 2 acres of land. So crazy. Hi, Alana. Good morning. So good to see some of my friends on here, and to see you peeps getting all ready for your Saturday morning. I am getting ready to go to, is anybody in Irvine? We're getting ready to go to the Ohana Festival today, which is, it's in Dana Point, and my husband's obsessed with Eddie Vedder, so Eddie Vedder is the closer tonight, and we will be there at Ohana Fest. Anybody else going to Ohana Fest? Woo! I love festivals. I love concerts. It's so fun. I always find it to be like a real joy, especially if you're, I love it if, I just saw that Amy jumped on. What's up, Amy? I never see you on live. It's good to see you. And Vanessa, good morning, Vanessa. So yeah, we're heading to a festival today, and I always have to remember to stay hydrated, because these festivals are usually just like beer and wine, and then you like don't ever have any water. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to be getting dehydrated today at this festival. However, I think it's going to be much cooler towards the ocean for sure. I mean, here it's been hundreds of degrees. Hey, Alyssa, what's up? Hey, Sarah. Awesome. Thank you. I know the scenery is pretty cool, and I was just showing you guys a little bit of how they've cleared the land. Good morning, Judy. So they've cleared the land. Now it's all ready for the mulch and manure. So basically we have this big old pile of mulch, and we're going to take that. We're going to mix it with a lot of the fresh manure and fertilizer that they use, so that we can prepare the land for the vineyard. I know, isn't that cool? My husband and I have been getting so excited. Vito and I have just been kind of, you know, geeking out, because his dream since he was a boy was, you know, really to have a vineyard. I mean, he's grew up in Sicily. He's 100% Sicilian. He speaks Italian. His family heritage, you know, they owned restaurants and pasta factories. And he's always wanted to have a vineyard. So since he was a child, he's dreamed about it, and here we go, huh? So it's pretty cool. And I know that, you know, for me, I haven't always dreamed about having a vineyard, But now that I live in wine country, it seems pretty reasonable to plant vines on your property, especially since this is where everybody does it. Thank you, Barrow. And the cool thing is, on Monday, well, we were at a winery on Friday, and we met a couple that has an acre and a half that they just planted grapes on. And they said that there's a small vineyard association. It's a association of about 100 people that live in Temecula that all have small vineyards. So anywhere from an acre to 2 acres. So that's going to be us. And so on Monday, we're going to go to this meeting so that we can meet some of these other people that have small vineyards and kind of get the scoop, you know, like what are the struggles? How much did it cost you to plant? You know, get some good resources and references on what we're in for, because it's not going to be easy. We're going to become farmers like in 2 seconds. Right? I know. Thanks. I know, Kasha. Thank you. We're going to hopefully grow red. Shelly, thanks for asking. But, you know, it's funny because a lot of the vines out here and a lot of the land, since it gets sun so much, is suitable for more of a red. So I think we're going to be, I know a little about vineyards, but not like, you know, not too much. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. We're excited about that. And, we're thinking hopefully maybe Cabernet or Zinfandel. We love all the varietals though, so I can't lie to you. It won't really hurt our feelings. Whatever the farmer wants to grow, it's really up to him. We're gonna partner with a winery so that they do all the planting and they do all of the grooming and all of the nurturing of the vines. So really, we just get the beautiful landscaping, and we also can possibly, you know, create our own kind of estate bottle of wine. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? It's like, this is all new to me too. So, what's up, everybody? Kind of going into just like, you know, what's going on this morning. I've got my cup of joe, feeling so loved. I recorded a podcast last night, and it's more of a vulnerable story that I share, so it's kind of scary for me. I don't know how many of you know like my story growing up, or how many of you know why I started my brand Sexy Confident Life and my program Sexy Confident Woman Formula. But a lot of people have been asking me lately, more so, why do you do what you do, Anna? Why are you so passionate about helping women and helping them gain more confidence and live up to their greatest potential? It's like it's a high ambitious thing to want, you know? I know there's a lot of you guys watching me right now that actually do that. Like Shelly is a coach, and she's elevating women all the time. And I know that there's a lot of people in my community that are trainers and coaches and leaders and mothers and people that have responsibilities to be role models in the world. Everyone has a responsibility to be a role model in the world, right? But yeah, I don't talk about my history that much, or my personal stories or my personal life, other than, what's present day. And so yesterday I just had this feeling that I wanted to share a story about my childhood of growing up and kind of where it all stemmed for me when I was a kid. So we'll have to see what you guys think. I'm a little nervous to post it, to be honest. It's kind of terrifying to me to just get super vulnerable, because I tear up a little bit. It's something that's, it's still, when I talk about it, it still makes me get emotional in a good way, like I'm not still scarred by my past and I don't hold on to anything. But when I talk about it and I rev up those emotions of where I was back when I was a young woman, it still gets me a little bit, emotional. So I don't know. You guys will have to give me some feedback on what you think. I know that it's one of the hardest things that you can do as an influencer out there is get vulnerable, share your story, be really, to be really like, going back to where it all began. So anyway, I hope to hear from you guys and get your feedback on that next week. I'll be releasing that podcast on Friday. next week. So yeah, anyways, I'm excited, doing some cool things, really talking a lot about fear lately with people. And I was sharing a couple things with some of my high performance coaching students recently, and I was talking a lot about, why we don't have more ambition, why we're not going after more in our lives, and kind of going back to like what's holding us back, and I think that for me, I'm always interested in what is the thing, that's preventing somebody from, starting their own business, or from, speaking up for themselves, for how they really feel or what they really want in a relationship, or, asking for the promotion that they feel they deserve, but they haven't really asked for it yet, So I'm always curious, guys, as to like, where are the fears stemming from and like what it is, because that's the kind of stuff that I like to talk about. I like to talk about really getting to the core of it so that you can tackle that and then go for what you want. Ultimately, I want everyone to go for what they want. And, I think that it's important for, everybody to have an ambition, like that next thing that they're trying to do in their life. And I was talking to my community about it, my private community and my private Facebook groups where I'm helping women, like really not just say that, oh, I want to be healthier and I want to, have a stronger body, but it's like, okay, that should be definitely happening, in our communities. We all need to just kind of like, yes, live healthy and feel positive in our lives. But what are you going for in your life? What are you striving to do? And it gives you that more purposeful and that more purpose-filled life, I think, to have a goal, right? To be striving for something more. So thanks, Amy. I appreciate that. Awesome. Amy's one of my high performance masterminders. So she's in my highest level mastermind that I have. We are high performance students at heart for a lifetime. But there's only 6 of us in that program. Five of us in that mastermind, and you can't get into that mastermind unless you take the Sexy Confident Woman formula, unless you then graduate from that and do my high performance 12-week coaching program, and then after that you can qualify to enroll in my mastermind. So Amy's done a lot of work to get to where she is in my community and in my small tribe. So her feedback means a lot to me. Because when you get to be in a mastermind, like Shelly's in my mastermind, Amy's in my mastermind, Noelle is in my mastermind, I don't think she's on today, Jan's in my mastermind, Ebony's in my mastermind, Ebony Smith, Jan Taylor. It's like when you get to that point, it's no longer just the teacher-student relationship. It's like I value my mastermind's opinions as much as they value mine. So it's a place that you then continue to grow together, because living a high performance lifestyle is an ongoing process. That is not something that just like, oh, I'm going to be a high performer in life. Cool. Give me that course and I'll take it. And I'm a high performer all of a sudden. That's not how it works. High performance is like you learn the tools of what a high performer, does and what a high performer is in life. And then you have to practice. It's an ongoing practice. It's just like you got to make sure that you're always working on your energy habits and your productivity habits and your courage and your, your influence and persuasion and clarity and what your goals are and what you're going after. So it's a big deal. Hey, good morning. Is it Pooja? I'm your fitness guru. Thank you very much. So I guarantee you've been sweating it up with me on POPSUGAR Fitness. Quick question for you guys this morning, if you're on live. Throw in the comments, if you would. Throw in the comments one of your biggest, one of the things that you have feared in the past, or you're currently fearing, or currently is one of those little things that might be holding you back from dreaming bigger or setting an ambition or goal for yourself that scares you a little bit. I would love to know, like in the comments, it could be one word, it could be a sentence, but is it like a feeling, or is it an insecurity, or is it a fear of something, or is it an unknowing? What is it that might in your life have in the past held you back, or now currently is lingering in your mind? Failure, okay? It's like feel a fear of failure. Thank you, Judy, for that. Cool. Jenny said, I work out with you on POPSUGAR every day. You're my fave. I feel like we're old friends, but when we do go find the stuff you're talking about right now, where do we go to find the stuff that we're talking about right now? So Jenny, you can totally go to my website, annarenderer.com. And I am actually, I'm actually launching the Sexy Confident Woman Formula in the end of September, because it's going to be the fall season. So Jenny, you can always enroll in the Sexy Confident Woman Formula anytime from my website. But if you want to wait till I launch it officially, it's at the end of September. So keep me in mind. I'm going to be doing a live webinar on Facebook. It's going to be in a private group though, so it won't be on my fan page. All right. Fear of the unknown. Ooh, Sarah, interesting. Fear of what? Yeah, fear of the unknown. It's interesting. Fear of rejection. Sabrina. Fear of rejection. Yep. Failure, unknown, rejection. Good ones. Good ones. I like to get your feedback on this and see what the majority of people feel, because it gives me so much great content to create. Because, you know, I talked about judgment the other day in my Sexy Confident woman group. So that I have multiple private Facebook groups because I have courses and I have communities that are outside of the public platform that I do. But that's why I like getting on here live with you guys, to just be like more real, more inviting to get into my closer niche communities, because that's truly like my goal, is to help you more. And I can only do that if I hear from you more and you see me more. And in those communities you do. So, you know, we were talking about judgment. And I just want to give you just, you know, one little insight that I had on judgment. And I was talking to a couple of the women in the group. Oh, insecure. Okay, wait, hold on. I want to read a few more of these. Jenny's going to do it. What? North Carolina to Ventura. Oh my gosh. I just lived near you in Sherman Oaks, but I moved. Digging into the real reason that is causing my fear of letting people in and being present. Yep. Not enough time in the day to focus on me. Wow, Lori. Interesting. Yep. Too self-conscious. Fear what others think. Yep. Lack of role models or inability imaging a future self, leading to inertia, feeling lost. Ooh, interesting. Wow, Jacqueline, thank you for sharing that. Wow. You guys, wow. Thank you so much for putting yourself out there and for sharing all that with me. Ooh, I need to digest. Awesome. I am like going to take all of what your comments were, and I'm going to get back to each one of you with an insight for sure. I just, there's so much that I'm like letting it register right now. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I love hearing where people are at, because, you know, creating content isn't easy. You're not always sure what people really need from you. And as a high performance coach and a health and wellness expert, I know that, you know, I don't have all the answers, but I've been learning a lot on how to deal with a lot of those fears and a lot of those insecurities and things like that. Not necessarily as like as a therapist, someone that can help go back into your past and help you, you know, dig up, you know, the reasons why these feelings are happening for you. But what I can do as a high performance coach is look at your present day and help you see into the future of where you can take yourself out of those feelings and to help yourself progress forward. That's what being a high performance coach is. That's what most life coaches try to do, is not necessarily dig back, but help you see forward. And I think that that's actually pretty powerful, because, you know, when you're always looking at the past it's a little frustrating because you can't change the past, right? It's like, okay, that happened. It's no longer happening now, but it's still in my head and I'm still feeling it, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I think that's one of the things that we have to realize is that, like, what happens in the past is then the past, and the only control we have is on our present and our future. That is the control we own, you know? So you have that control. That's a powerful thing. I think about that in my own life. I'm like, you know, growing up with 5 siblings and a single mom, and, you know, growing up on welfare and being really poor and struggling through that embarrassment of, you know, what are people going to think about me? I don't want anyone to see me in my car. And, you know, like, I didn't know who I was going to be. I didn't know what future I had. I didn't know if I was going to be able to go to college or what, you know, what was my future like? And I look at my past and I'm like, oh, that was my past that happened to me. But now, you know, as a woman, I have control over where I go and what I can do with my life and what I can create for myself and who I can help and inspire. And so that's cool, you know? So think about right now in your life, like, if you're letting your present and future be dictated by past experiences and past failures, right? And past judgments. Because it's very easy to let all those past experiences, you know, help paint the picture for your present day, which isn't true. You know, it's like, if you were criticized and you were verbally abused, even physically abused, if it's not happening today, it's not your reality, but we allow our minds to bring it into our present way too often, you know? And I know more serious incidences for people is much harder to let that go. But if you think about your instance, and if it's not as super serious as a physical abuse or, you know, a torture thing, or, you know, I don't even want to get into that stuff. That scares the shit out of me. But if you think about it, if it's like more of a relationship thing and, you know, someone's rejected you before, or you felt like you were burned in a relationship or in a friendship or in a financial situation where you lost a lot of money. Oh, I've been through that. It's important to recognize if you're still holding on to those emotions and letting them live in your present. Because they're not happening right now. If they are happening right now, that's a whole different subject, right? So our fears of what might happen, or the fears of unknowing things happening, that's us just projecting it on ourselves. Or we're doing that because of past experiences, right? So I know I'm feeling like you guys feel me a little bit here. Ooh, I haven't read the thread in a second. Time. Yeah, feel pulled in a million directions. Yeah, I got you. Love it. Cool. I'm seeing a lot of great feedback. Yeah, real talk, Erica. That's right. That's what Saturday mornings are like on the talk show. I feel like I gotta always have a cup of Joe if I'm on this talk show, right? It's almost like, who is your favorite talk show host? I love that cute blonde. Who's the cute blonde that, what the heck? I'm drawing a blank on her name. I can't remember her name. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. She is like super fit. She's like a mom of 2 kids. Kelly Ripa. I freaking love that girl. I mean, she's not a girl. She's a woman. She's awesome though. Yeah. She's like super cool. I love her. And so, like, I know I will never be Kelly Ripa. Yeah, exactly. But I think having my cup of Joe and having this little show with you guys is as close as we're ever going to get. So I host a fitness channel on YouTube called POPSUGAR Fitness, for most of you that know that. And then here on Saturday mornings, I host a real talk with me, totally me, not all done up. And I'm just trying to connect with you guys on a total down to earth kind of real deal level. And, you know, talk about my life a little bit, but also talk about your lives a little bit, you know, and how it's really important for us to ask these questions of ourselves and dig into the different things going on and you know, not freaking always put a fluffy coat on everything like, oh, life is just super easy and fun. And, you know, that's what sometimes it can feel like on social media, you know, especially with influencers in social media. It's like every picture's beautiful, every picture's positive, you know, it's like we got no problems. Nobody wants to talk about their shit online, you know? So like it seems like everybody's doing great. And then if you're not doing so fabulous on one day or another, you feel like you're the minority. But guess what? No. You know, the minority are the people that have a flawless, you know, flawless life and, you know, don't struggle with anything. The reality is we all do. But the ones that work on themselves, the ones that actually take some time for them, they're the ones that are living happier lives, even if they're not perfect, you know, even if their lives are not flawless, which is not the reality of anyone's life. But you can deal with problems. You can deal with the ups and downs. You can, you know, adjust and you roll with the punches. I said the other day, it's like life is like the freaking it's like a freaking hurricane underneath there, but you just ride the waves, you know, you kind of go up and down, you make the transitions, you adjust, you know, you choose different ways to feel so that you're not always like, you know, feeling like you're getting thrown off the boat and you're not, you know, just full of holes where your boat is full of holes and all of a sudden you're sinking. You know, that sucks. But that's personal development at its finest. If you want to know the solution to living a happy, confident life, it's working on your personal growth. And if you don't ever take the time for that, because I see there's lots of busy moms on here that are probably like, I don't have 5 minutes to meditate, Anna, are you crazy? I guarantee you do. It's all about finding it. But I'm not going to tell you what you can or cannot do. I'm telling you what it takes to help yourself, and that is the personal growth. It's personal development stuff, and it has a lot to do with mindset. Lots to do with mindset. I am rolling through here. Kaylisha, oh, you're so cool. I love it. The home girl, so cool. You know, I can totally be the home girl. I always said, I grew up in Dalton, Massachusetts, okay? I'm going to have to let you guys go in a second because my husband's going to kill me. We're going to Ohana Fest today. Oh, busy dads too, Andrew. I don't mean to leave you out, bro. But we're going to Ohana Fest today to go see a couple concerts, and Eddie Vedder's the closer, and my husband Vito is obsessed with Eddie Vedder. If he ever got the chance, he would leave me for Eddie Vedder. And I'm like, dude, the guy don't want you like that, you know? He's married with kids. Anyway, so we're gonna go to that tonight, and it's gonna be fun. I gotta get ready and all that to leave. But I wanted to make sure that before I go today, and I'm loving your comments. I think you guys are so badass yourself, and I think that you know, having this opportunity to read your comments even after the videos, because I don't always see them all as the thread is going, but I can get back to you and definitely give you some of my feedback and create content specifically on your questions and on your struggles and things that you're going through. But I think that, you know, if I can leave you with one thing today, if I can leave you with one call to action, if you would take 5 minutes right after this video, or maybe 5 minutes later on today when you have time, go lock yourself in the bathroom, or, you know, like, I don't know, just pretend you got to take a big poop or something like that. But take 5 minutes and truly do some soul searching on the root of the root of what it is that's holding you back from going after your next big goal, your next ambition, leveling up to something else. And whatever that is, whatever it's holding you back, write it down, and then Facebook message me, you know, personal message. Because if you didn't write it in these comments, I want to know if you can start working on that, you know, because it's not really, you know, you can't really get to the goal or even start that goal if you don't get over the judgment, the fear of rejection, the fear of the unknown, right? Those things that are like in the back of your mind, kind of holding you back, not having enough time. So that is a self-limiting belief, right? Because you haven't necessarily been coached in a way to find the time for you. And you can find it. There's a lot of people that are. My mother had 6 kids and she still exercised. I was like, you're a crazy woman. But it's not really necessarily about like finding time to exercise for even moms even. It's like finding time to just work on your mental strength so that you don't feel like you're going to lose it every day and that you feel like you've got control over your life, right? So thanks, Jacqueline. Make your me time. So anyways, write that down and do a little soul searching on that. I think that, that's one thing that I do on a regular basis when I'm filling out my productivity sheet. And I've got all my big projects and the action steps I've got to take. And usually I'm like, what's going to make that hard to do? What's going to make that difficult for me? And once I know that, it's in my awareness and I'm able to overcome that struggle, that hurdle, whatever it is, faster because I know what I'm up against. You got to know who your enemies are. Some people don't ever think about who their enemies are. You're like, okay, I'm not going after that goal. I'm not asking for that promotion. I'm not, demanding this of my spouse. I'm not asking this of my kids because I am, why? Because you don't even know who your enemy is sitting in the back of your mind telling you like, what if they get mad at you, or what if you don't get it, or what if you get rejected from that, or who knows if you can even accomplish that, what if you fail, blah, blah, blah. Know who your enemies are sitting in your mind so that you can start to fight that enemy and you can be more aware of its presence. Yeah? Okay, good. I love it. Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate that. So, I will be on next Saturday after I release my podcast, which is a total vulnerable 12-minute story about a part of my life that is a very fundamental reason of why I have this brand and I have this company and I'm working to help inspire and motivate people in the world. And I say women because mostly women is who resonate with me. I know there's a few men on here, which I'm like, awesome, because you need just as much love and confidence as anyone. I got 4 brothers, so I can relate with men, and my husband is a manly man too. So I definitely love having men in my community as well. But I'll be on Saturday to hear some feedback. Hopefully you guys will have listened, and it'll be fun to kind of hear your thoughts on that. And it'll be cool to see who jumps into the Sexy Confident Woman formula at the end of September. I know that it's a scary commitment. It's 4 weeks of Anna. 4 weeks of Anna, but it's for you. It's for you to take that time. It'll probably take you 15 minutes a day to do that program, but you'll hear from a lot of the pioneers over the next couple weeks, their testimonials about what the course brought for them, how it helped them get through some stages and phases in their life where it helped them overcome some struggles and all that. I mean, the guys are down there chopping stuff up. But yeah, cool. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.